How's it going, everyone? My name is Jesse, and this is the Auditorium. I react to video game music for the first time as a musician myself. Today is the return of Disgaea 3. And I haven't heard much of this series, but I really have enjoyed my time with it. I still remember like the whole Etna Boogie and Etna Rock. Those were really fun videos back in the day. And I just haven't heard much of it. Apparently it's a PS3 game. So these are going to be requested by Mooney and Dark Lord Milgias. We're listening to Wander's Poem and Sorrow. So let's get into it. And I'm still not entirely sure who the composer is, but maybe we'll dive into that later. These are from the channel X Maydeen X. This is Wanderer's Poem. I love accordions. I see you, Mooney. I see what you're doing. My fellow Wild Arms enjoyer. I see you. It definitely has that flavor, that like spaghetti western. It sounds like tumbleweeds and looking into the sunset. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, delay signal on this one. I will always love this sound so much. The whistles, the vibe, everything. The music from Disgaea is really good, and I haven't heard much of it either. So, in case you are a fan of this game and you're just watching this because you recognize this and you haven't heard of Wild Arms, I commend you to check out Wild Arms because it was one of those soundtracks that I heard that made me want to play the game, and I did a couple years ago. I will always love this stuff, this Ennio Morricone sound, this spaghetti western sound, the whistles and the twangy guitars and the gallop rhythm, all that. It's ear food for me. It's incredibly nostalgic. It's incredibly melodic and immediately just gets stuck in your head. It's amazing. So I still consider the intro to Wild Arms as one of my favorites because it's just so good. So I was looking up the composer for this. So it's Nippon Ichi Software, which I've heard of. I don't remember where, but I have heard that developer name before. And the composer's Tenpei Sato. That I don't recognize, but I was looking through the works. It's been around since since the late 80s. I'm not recognizing any games this composer has done. There's a lot though, except for Disgaea. Disgaea 1, 2, and 3. Oh, by the way, this is Absence of Justice. I didn't know that. This is Disgaea 3, Absence of Justice. Oh, there's Disgaea 4. Yeah, all these, there's 6 of them. Damn, they're still making these. The latest one being 2021. Yeah, I don't recognize any of these other games. Not a bad thing. I'm just surprised just how long I've been doing this. I feel like I would have seen these games. It just kind of shows you how many games there are. You know, what you think you may know, you really haven't like scratched the surface. I've been doing this for almost 4 years now. And almost 2,000 videos. Probably, I don't even know how many songs I've heard, but there's just still so much out there. You know what I mean? That's wild to me. Anyways, I loved every bit of that. There was, I wish I can just talk about it more, to be honest, but it's just, I love this stuff. I will never not love this stuff. I'm completely biased. I'm not sure if I'm going to play Disgaea now because of it, but I will say the fact that Disgaea also has this kind of music really solidifies the soundtrack of these games. I loved Disgaea the first time I heard it, the second time I heard it, and I think the third time. I think this is at least the fourth time I've heard it. And it's just always been like this fun thing. It's just really melodic and really nice. So I quite enjoyed that. And also, speaking of Wild Arms earlier, Mooney was also the requester of that back then too. So I'm glad we share that bond. That was fantastic. I love that. I love that. I wish it was longer. Let me know what's happening here. You know, I'm guessing it's a character because the music kind of matches the whole wanderer thing. Cowboy, you know, so maybe this is like a Western themed or like desert, not desert, but like a canyon theme or something like that. That was awesome. This next one is Sorrow. And I do have context on this one, not entirely, but I'm not going to say it because it might be a spoiler. Maybe you can guess what it is. It's like a vague note that they left, but this is Sorrow. I have a feeling it's going to be like drastically different. Totally different mood. Sorrow. Okay, I wasn't expecting this direction. Totally different from what I was expecting. Okay. Oh, right. I've seen this character. Is that the most famous thing that's come out of Disgaea? Is this? There's a lot of characters on screen. Whoa, this song is ominous. Sounds like a dark castle. Not initially what my brain went to when I heard Sorrow. I can see. I can kind of hear the context here. I feel like this is more like a devastation. Wow. What a huge shift from that last one. Last one was kind of whimsical and Western. This one sounded like, despite even knowing the context, it sounded sort of different to me regardless. It sounded to me more like a final dungeon or just this kind of like dark castle full of like, you know, chandeliers and gothic stuff everywhere. Big, what are they called? I don't even know, like drapes, things on the wall, like those big red banners, I guess. So I don't want to spoil it, you know, but you can imagine what Sorrow may entail. But that's what I was told, and knowing that, hearing that is just, damn, like what kind of sorrow are we talking about? Like this is a really important character here. I'm keeping it vague on purpose for obvious reasons, but that was, I don't know, it just felt really, really menacing for the context, I guess. That's rare though, you know, like I usually don't have that context. So this is more of me trying to match what I heard to that. And it's clashing quite a bit, like a lot actually. But I did notice a couple things. There's a lot of characters on this, like, and knowing how most of these like JRPGs work, you're probably going to, you will encounter all of them. I don't think there's any like NPC style stuff here, like, so it makes me confused as to just how big this game is. What exactly are you doing? At first I thought maybe it's like kind of Pokemon-esque where you collect monsters and stuff, because there's a, you know, there's a couple of beasts and stuff, but it's like mostly humanoid, so I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's at least 10 different characters here. But I think the thing to take away from me is my favorite thing in video game soundtracks is the diversity. The last song compared to this one, compared to the other times I've heard Disgaea, are all so different. That's a huge plus for me. It opens my eyes a little bit to it, as in like, this is the kind of stuff that kind of garners interest, and maybe something goes into the backlog because of it. But looking at it a lot, it's like there's a lot of, like, does this game not exist here in the West? I don't know. I'm really interested though. I didn't look up anything besides the composer. I didn't even look at the date either. But I'm actually surprised that it's still going up until 4 years ago. So yeah, just kind of give me like a brief explanation of Disgaea. Like, what is it? Did it come from anything? Is it an original IP? Has this composer done anything else that, you know, I might know? But it seems like an anomaly in the auditorium. But I like everything I've heard musically, especially these last two. The first one sounded like something out of Wild Arms. The second one sounded like Castlevania Final Boss or something. You know, I really like that type of variety. So thank you to the requesters. That was a lot of fun. And I still have a couple of Disgaea requests coming, so it's all good. Thanks to everyone you see on screen. I could not be here without them. Thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse in the auditorium. See you later.